Wednesday, the 12th of January 2021. Guess what? It's raining. For a change. It's about 8:30, but I've been quite productive. I got out of bed and normally I'd have a shower, make my breakfast and get back into bed, but instead I had a shower, made lasagna for dinner tonight, and I've made a veg soup as well, which is bubbling away, well, hopefully bubbling away. I've not had any breakfast yet. I don't really feel hungry. Thought about it, and I've just been eating for eating's sake. I'm eating because I'm bored, eating because I'm a bit fed up, and yeah, I should just start listening to my body, eating when I'm hungry. So I've had some water, and I've got some hot water with lemon juice in instead of tea, because I want to start cutting down my tea consumption a little bit because it's got a bit out of control. Thank you for all the lovely messages on yesterday's video. Some ideas, some questions, which I might do today, and some volunteers to come on a live stream. I was thinking about it. I think about how many people? About 4 people said that they'd come on a live stream. So what I'll do is I'll schedule it and I'll get in touch. I just don't know. I'm not very good at live streams. If there's so many people on, does it get a little bit more difficult to I was going to say handle, but that's not really the right word, but you know what I mean. Give everybody a chance to speak. Yeah, I think I'm going to go a bit lighter on the makeup today. That blue yesterday was something else. Yes, I'll crack on and I'll get back to you. I want to see something magical. This. Oh, wrong way. Miss Jenny. Gone a lot more subtle today. I think this colour's called Feline. Here's my soup. Looks a bit frothy because I just blended it up. But that's ready for later. Did I show you my new kettle? Quite pleased with that. I went down to the shop and I took some photos to do for my Facebook, Instagram and website. I've done a Facebook post and I just thought, why stay downstairs and work down there where it's cold? I might as well come back up. And then I realised I was hungry because I hadn't had any breakfast. So I just had some porridge with fruit, and I've got my first cup of tea. And I actually enjoyed my porridge loads. I think a lot of the time I just eat it without even thinking, because I usually sit in bed, eat my porridge while I watch YouTube. So I think the fact that I actually thought about what I was eating, I enjoyed it a lot more. So I'm going to try and eat mindfully, something that Lose It Like Lauren talks about, and I've never really looked into it, mindful eating, but I'm assuming that you listen to your body and just try and enjoy your food. So I'm going to try it. So I'm going to enjoy this cup of tea while I do a bit of work. I thought I'd show you some of my favourite things that are in my house, not in the shop. Things that I've either decided to keep or decided to keep for now. It's a bit dark today, so I've put the lights on, so hopefully you can see okay. I'll turn the camera around. So first of all, I've got this display cabinet which I got from an auction, which I absolutely love, and I keep some of my special things in here. This one sits on top. Let's open it up and I will show you. The floor's a bit slanty, so they tend to... Well, look, these are my favourite nodders. These are things that I'm always on the lookout for. So there's Mr. and Mrs. Nodder, look, with the little doggy. There's little chef here. You see him? These two were the first that I got, which I absolutely love these two. And then these two I bought recently in an antique centre in Honiton when I met up with Caroline. They're a bit modern, but I still love them. And then down here I've got a lovely perfume bottle. This is actually for sale on my Etsy shop. It's a little silver menu card holder, but I've just kept it up here because I quite like it. This guy's not for sale, he's mine. He is ivory, and I know not everybody agrees with ivory, but it's an antique piece, and I won't be selling it. This just came in a job lot and I really love it. Can you focus? Can you see that at all? Hang on. He's tiny. I couldn't sell him because he's so small. He'd get lost in the shop, so I decided to keep him. These are some opera glasses, which I really love the case, that deep purple background. So they just, something I like. This is fairly modern. It's a, I think it's a birthday book. Yeah, it's a birthday book. I had an address book, very similar, but this is silver on the front. This, I think I showed you, picked up recently at the antique centre up the road. Oh, this is another thing that I picked up from the antique centre in Honiton when I was out with Caroline. It's a Netsuki, I think that's how you pronounce it. Little Buddha. He's a metal sort of cast iron one. This gold tray was out of my dad's house. He used to go to Japan a lot and bring lots of lovely things back. So that's from my dad. There's a very cheerful looking girl, terracotta girl. She's a temporary. I'm not sure about her. I could do with more cheery faces in my house. This I absolutely love. This I picked up from Malvern Antique Fair, flea market, whatever it's called. It was black. You couldn't see any of this. And I paid £6 for it on a hunch. I had no idea. It's absolutely nice. Polished it up, and this is all silver inlay. I absolutely love that. So that's not going anywhere. This I got recently. It's like I assume a cigarette holder. And then it flips shut like that. Japanese one. Again, I like it. Here's an old sort of pewter tankard. This was my dad's, so I've kept that. And this copper plate. Not entirely sure. That could have come from my dad's as well. That's where I store all my Etsy books. And then there's this lovely studio pottery vase or urn, whatever you want to call it. I bought this in a job lot from an auction, paid up for the job lot, but I absolutely love it. You might be wondering why I'm showing you my TV. I'm not really. I'm showing you this lovely whatnot that I use as a TV stand. I really love it. This I got as a present from one of my best friends. This I've had forever. I know you can still buy them new, but I've had this since I was a teenager. Can't remember who bought it for me. And then I used this lovely deep blue leather hat box just to hide the wires a bit at the back. These little pots I picked up at a car boot once, the really sweet terracotta ones. This is a slate that actually fell off our roof. Oh, that wasn't so good. And this came in a job lot from auction as well, which I just really like it. It's on like a terracotta thing. The lamp I got from an auction. I bought two. The other one is over there. I think I paid something ridiculous, like £16 for the pair. Really nice. I like it a lot. These two, these dogs of faux, I bought from South Malton Vintage Fair. I think that's what they call it. It's in South Malton anyway. I love it. It used to be held like once a month. Obviously not been on this year much. I think I paid £10 for these, but I love them. So they're keepers. This came in a job lot from auction ages ago, and I did have it for sale for a while, but then I decided it's too nice to sell. This I got recently. I think I showed it to you. Lovely paper mache box. And this table I absolutely love. I really love proper old mahogany. So that's a pedestal table like that. In fact, I think it's a flip top one. Yeah, it's a flip top one, so you can flip it. And then this box, It's too nice to sell. It doesn't really hide the wires, but I can pretend. And then this little bookcase has got some more stuff. So paper mache boxes I absolutely love. I bought these 3, came in a job lot with some other bits that I've got in the shop. So this one with irises, egg-shaped one. This one's got birds on, which I love. And I love these sort of cashmere design ones. Often got like, oh here we go, ibis and deer and things on them. But this is my favourite one. I did pay up for this one. I think I paid £14. I say that paid up, but you know, again, I got this at South Molton on a different day. This guy I got from an auction. Can't remember how much I paid for him, but I love him. Probably should be in a pair, but hey. These I've had quite a while. Look at them, they're beautiful. They show up really nice on this mahogany. Etched candlesticks. Again, birds. You see the theme? A little bit of studio pottery. I think that came in the job lot with that other big one that I showed you earlier. This blue and white. I love blue and white stuff. That came with that studio pottery as well. And then here, look at this gorgeous jug. I mean, I love jugs, but I also love birds. So this, it's got everything. And then another box, which I showed you recently, that I picked up from the vintage place up the road. And then I got these 2 dogs there. And this lovely cloisonne pot, which I got from my godmother when I was about 9 or 10. I'm trying to download photos so that I can do listings on my website, and it's just frustratingly slow. So I thought I'd have a break for a bit and answer some of the questions that I got on my comments in my video yesterday. So let me get to comments and we will go through some of them. I'm not going to do them all today because I'll save them and spread them out. Give me something else to talk about tomorrow or the next day. Here we go. So, Polly Dolly. Maybe once a week you could show us something like your upside down umbrella stand that has been on your shelves for yonks. I may well do that, but I'm upstairs today, so I'm not going to go down in the shop because it's cold and damp. Do you have any hobbies you can share? To be honest, running a business on my own is pretty intense. Obviously during lockdown, that's restricted. I watch a lot of YouTube, and I do like to doodle, but I'm not up to a standard where I would show you my doodles. I like to make cards for people, you know, if it's somebody's birthday, I'd rather make a card than just buy one. Yeah, that's about it. Usually my time is filled with work, shop, and then seeing friends or whatever in between. I'd love to be able to crochet or knit or something, but I can't even sew a button on. Yeah, and then Polly Dolly said, we're all bored too, truth be told. There is always something to do, but that doesn't take away the boredom. Yeah, I've got stuff I can do. I can list on my website and I can clean my house some more, or I can do stuff. It's just, yeah, you know. Mike said he'd come on a chat, so I will get in touch with you, Mike. Nick Hopewell said, love your dog. You can't have her. She's mine. Ideas, what stock is selling well at the moment? Well, shop's shut, so nothing's selling well at the moment. Before Christmas, I was doing really well with my Christmas decorations, the baskets, the signs, and then that was bringing people in and buying a bit of everything. People often ask me that in the shop, what sells well? And it's not one particular thing. Everybody's got different taste, everybody likes different things. So with the shop, I cover a whole range of different things that people like. Rich said he'd be up for doing a live as well, so I'll get in touch with you. Have you always loved vintage things? This is Jilly Bryan. Have you always loved vintage things? What's your favourite item or category in your shop? I have always liked quirky, unusual, interesting things, but I was never really a collector of things. I think because when I met my husband and then I moved in with him when I was like 19, we didn't have a lot of stuff. When I lived at home with my mum and dad, in my bedroom, the walls were covered in pictures and posters, not of bands, I'm afraid. I'm not that cool. Mine were art prints. I used to go to the Works, the bargain bookshops, and they would sell art books. They often had like loose pages, and I'd take all the prints out and put them up all over my wall, and I'd go to, you could buy nice postcards of prints and paintings and stuff. They'd be all on my walls, so I've always liked that kind of thing. But yeah, then we worked pretty hard, and then having 3 kids and a dog in a house without a garden and everything meant that the kids wanted to play football and ball games in the house, so you would never have breakables in the house. So only really started in the last few years actually collecting stuff. But yes, I've always loved vintage things. And Helen said, these are just non-eventful times. When will it ever end? I wish I had the answer to that one. Donna Lawton, I would love to see some of your curiosities. You could do a video showing 10 or however many you like items from your shop. It would feel like a haul video. Well, I may well do that. I've shown you some things that are in the house. Most of it's not for sale, I'm afraid, but I thought you might be interested. But yeah, I might try that. To be honest, the shop is so cold at the moment, and because I can't open, it's kind of put me off being down there. It's a bit depressing. Joe Whiteman, hi Kirsten, love watching your vlogs. How about a listing challenge like Nick of Nick and Andrea does with the other guys on eBay? I sell stuff on eBay, but don't have much stock to list. You could list it on your new website just as a challenge for yourself, or have a listing challenge with your eBay mates. You probably know I don't sell on eBay. I do Etsy, and then my website. I am so slow. Literally 3 a day is a challenge to me, which I've been doing recently. I do give myself try and do, right, you must list something so there's consistency and things going on, but I'm finding at the moment with the stock that I've got left, there's less stuff worth listing. A lot of my items in the shop are low value, and it's the sort of stuff people can come in and they can go, oh, it's £3, £4 here, £6 there, £8 there, and I just don't think it's worth listing things at £5 and under. I wouldn't list anything under £10 really. That I have got the odd thing on it, see, that's worth less than 10, but I don't think it's worth it, and so I'm really running short on decent stock. Jewel resells. What about a cooking video? It's always interesting to see what other people are making for tea. Well, I made lasagna this morning at about 8 o'clock, but I didn't film it. I have filmed cooking videos in the past. I don't know if you've seen those. They're really difficult to video because I don't have an island. It's where you put the camera when you've been filming it, and then you run out of space and you're kind of trying to work in a tiny little space. But I have done some in the past. So I've lost my passion for cooking at the moment. And have you ever told us how you ended up having a shop? What other jobs have you had? A bit of background about you. You might think it's boring, but us nosy people would watch. Okay, well, I have worked in shops since I left school at 18. I got my first job in WH Smith's as a Christmas temp. Actually, my first job was as a volunteer at cancer research when I was 15, but my first paid job was in WH Smith's as a Christmas temp, I'd left college, all my friends went to university, I had no idea what I was going to do, and I just needed a job. So I got the Christmas temp job, and they kept me on because they liked me. And then I got moved to a different WH Smith's, and I went backwards and forwards between a couple of branches of WH Smith's because the managers were nice and they kept finding me jobs. So I worked for a couple of different branches of WH Smith's for about 2.5 years, something like that. Really enjoyed it. I had really good managers, which makes all the difference. And yeah, I worked in the music department, I worked in the book department, I worked on the front tills. I liked it all, but I've always liked talking to customers and interacting with people, so, which is quite funny really, because when I was younger I was painfully shy and wouldn't talk to anybody. But I think when you're forced into it, I don't know, it's just somehow it's different. Yeah. So I've been in retail since I was 18. And my husband and I went into business when I was 21. We bought a newsagent's with his parents in Lincolnshire, and we lived out there for quite a while. And then we moved down here. We bought this property that we're in at the moment as a newsagent's. And we ran it as a newsagent's for a few years, and then they built a huge Sainsbury's behind us, which kind of changed the dynamics of the town, should we say, and it just didn't work as a newsagent's anymore. So we changed it into a shop selling art materials, because we'd already got shops selling art materials elsewhere that we'd opened, and that worked quite well. We could have carried on with that, but in the meantime I'd started selling vintage stuff at antique centres, and it was going quite well. And then I started introducing a few bits in the window and in shelves downstairs, and it got a lot of interest. And it kind of got to the point where it felt like, what's the point of paying rent out to various antique centres when I've got a perfectly good property downstairs? And it was doing quite well downstairs, and I kept taking over more and more of the shelves downstairs, and in the end we decided that I would take it over as an antique vintage second-hand / quality gifts type shop, and take the art materials out, and that's what we did a few years ago. So that's how I came to have a shop. So I've been out with Jenny, took her out even though it's raining and drizzly and horrible, but she wouldn't stop staring at me, so it was giving me the heebie-jeebies. So I'm back. I've warmed up some soup, and I'm going to watch a bit of Netflix and relax for a few minutes. So it's only about 2 o'clock, but I'm not going to be doing anything more interesting today. I'm going to wash up, I'm going to hoover, and I'm going to do some listing on my website. So I thought I would finish off the vlog early, get it edited, and then I can forget about it for today, much as I love doing it. One thing I always forget to say is, could you please like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already? Really appreciate it. Thanks for all your support, and take care, stay safe.